Perfect phone call with the president of Ukraine. Everybody knows it. It's just a Democrat witch hunt. Here we go again. They failed with Russia. They failed with recession. They failed with everything. And now they're bringing this up. The one who's got the problem is Biden. Because you look at what Biden did. Biden did what they would like to have me do, except for one problem. I didn't do it. What Biden did is a disgrace. What his son did is a disgrace.
Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here with a very important update. I just want to let you know that this video is brought to you in part by our sponsor, Virtual Shield. Over just the last 30 days, Capital One, the Central Bank of Europe, and the great state of Texas have all been hacked in major data breaches. So who's next? Look, one of the best things you can do to help protect yourself online is invest in a VPN, a virtual private network. VPN allows you to create a secure connection to another network over the internet. VPNs like Virtual Shield can be used to shield your browsing activity from the prying eyes of Big Brother, whether you're on a public Wi-Fi connection at a coffee shop, in a foreign country, or at home. You can go to virtualshield.com, download the free 30-day trial, and install it. Here, let me show you how easy this is. I just go up to this little icon, the shield up there in the upper right-hand corner. I click it, and then I connect to Virtual Shield. And now you can see that my IP address says that it's coming from Chicago, Illinois. I don't live anywhere near Illinois. So that's how a VPN works. This month, Virtual Shield is offering their anniversary special of 30% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons, including Protection Plus, Residential Access, and VIP performance plans for as low as a cup of coffee. Sign up for your free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN and see what the hype's about. You have nothing to lose and your privacy to keep. I'll leave the link below this video. I think you may want to share this one. I think you should share this one far and wide because I'm absolutely outraged. And I want to point out the fact that the entire Mockingbird mainstream horror media apparatus has been turned around once again on President Trump in support of Joe Biden, bumbling Uncle Joe Biden, creepy Joe Biden. A great example of that is running on the treadmill today, as I did, and listening to CNN or any of the other Mockingbird outlets saying that impeachment of this president is in order. Well, look, here's one from The Atlantic. If this isn't impeachable, nothing is. The president reportedly sought the help of a foreign government against Joe Biden, when the reality is that Joe Biden ought to be enduring the scrutiny of the mainstream media because it was Joe Biden, the vice president at the time, who strong-armed Ukraine into firing its top prosecutor, who was leading a wide-ranging investigation into Joe Biden's son, Hunter, and the natural gas firm there that paid him $50,000 per month, despite his total lack of experience. This according to Zero Hedge. Look, Dan Bongino has broken this down succinctly.
He threatens the government of Ukraine to withhold money if they don't fire the investigator who is this is a fact, it's not an opinion, who is looking at his kid for potential malfeasance, Hunter Biden.
I found out this incredible story about Joe Biden, that he bribed the president of the Ukraine in order to fire a prosecutor who was investigating his son. That is an astounding scandal of major proportions, which all of you have covered up for about 5 or 6 months.
It's Joe Biden who used his power to influence the Ukrainians. And then Joe Biden bragged about it, I believe in front of the Council on Foreign Relations.
And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
You're not going to hear about this from the Mockingbird mainstream horror media, but you can read all about it here in this article, Trump Pounces on Biden in the Ukraine Scandal. And while the Mockingbirds at the New York Times, NBC News, CNN, and MSNBC all double down on the cover-up of Biden and his son's crimes.
So what I found is quite contrary to this allegation in terms of the vice president, firing this particular prosecutor because he was trying to protect his son for some reason.
I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money.
Rudy Giuliani is himself doubling down on the truth by tweeting the following. New fact, one $3 million payment to Biden's son from Ukraine to Latvia to Cyprus to the United States. When prosecutor asked Cyprus for amount going to son, he was told U.S. Embassy, Obama's, instructed them not to provide the amount. Prosecutor getting too close to son, that's Hunter, and Biden had him fired. And Giuliani followed up that tweet with this one. Today, though, it's the $3 million laundered payment, classical proof of guilty knowledge and intent that was kept from you by the swamp media. Ukraine, Latvia, Cyprus, U.S. is a usual route for laundering money. Obama's U.S. Embassy told Cyprus Bank not to disclose amount to Biden. Stinks. Giuliani also tweeted, Biden scandal, only the beginning. Lots more evidence on Ukraine, like today's money laundering of $3 million. 4 or 5 big disclosures. Also, the $1.5 billion China gave to Biden's fund, while Joe was, as usual, failing in his negotiations with China, is worse. Giuliani goes on to tweet, Biden says he never talked to his son about his overseas business. Do you think we can prove with our fact-a-day disclosures it's a lie, a false exculpatory statement? Do we have to prove? Or do we already know it's a lie and an incriminating statement? And Giuliani asks, if the Democratic Party doesn't call for an investigation of Biden's millions from Ukraine and billions from China, they will own it. The Bidens made big money selling public office. How could Obama have allowed this to happen? Will Democrats continue to condone and enable this kind of pay-for-play? Friends, you just can't make this stuff up. The cover-up of hardcore crimes of the Democrats, crimes committed by Democratic presidential candidates and other longtime Democrats, continue to be absolutely covered up by the mainstream whore media. And it's interesting to conclude with this. As Zero Hedge reminds us, a crack pipe, 2 DC driver's licenses, and other paraphernalia were found in a rental car Hunter Biden returned to an Arizona Hertz location in the middle of the night. And Zero Hedge concludes, it's amazing how many countries would scramble to do business with Hunter Biden, a guy with virtually no experience who was discharged from the Navy after testing positive for cocaine, who just happened to be the vice president's son. Friends, despite what Google and YouTube say about those of us in the alternative news media who are telling you the truth, this is the place to come for real news. Visit us at sgtreport.com, the antidote to corporate propaganda. God bless.
What Google and YouTube are doing is that they are deliberately destroying their platforms in order to achieve their political agenda.